Hey everybody, welcome to 54 Nights RV. Hi.
Hi.
This is Lake Murray State Park in south central Oklahoma. This is one of our frequent haunts, and there's the little fur ball that likes to cause all sorts of trouble.
Well, she loves those paddle boards.
We do have a life jacket for her. We didn't on this trip, but we do have one. Usually, now she always wears it when we take her out. But this was a pretty calm day out on the lake. We weren't in real deep water, so we weren't real concerned with it. And this was the first time we put her out on the board.
Yeah, she's a little bit uncertain on this particular trip, but now we start going out there. She runs to the edge of the lake, and we push the board out into the water, and she goes swimming out into the board and wagging her tail the whole way, jumps up on the board. It's like, let's go.
Oh, yeah. I put the boards down on the floor in the living room when we're getting ready to go, and she jumps up on the board like, let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just thoroughly loves it. Poodle's still a little nervous on it, but he'll get on there. But this kind of happens with my daughter and my son-in-law when they come out to visit us at the lake. This was a pretty calm day, and the water was it is smoother than that in the mornings, but I mean for the lake, that's a pretty calm lake right there. But by the time my daughter shows up on this trip, it's no longer a calm lake, and it's happened every time she's come down to visit us while we're down at Murray. Like I said, Murray's one of our favorite spots. It's kind of a go-to for us. Yeah, this is my son-in-law, and we had taught both of them how to do the stand-up paddleboard. We up at the camper, and then took them down there and turned them loose while Terry and I floated around in our cheap little blow-up kayaks. And my daughter, she took off and really didn't have any issues. And son-in-law, well, at the time he wasn't son-in-law, which kind of surprises me that he is now after this trip. But he didn't have so much luck.
I think he was just being more adventurous.
Yeah, typical guy thing, just trying to do things beyond our abilities, I suppose. Yeah, I married out of my league, and so far it's worked, but there are some form issues. They're newbies. Kind of like I'm a newbie YouTuber. They're newbie paddleboarders.
We have form issues on this?
We do have form issues on this. Hopefully this one turns out better.
Might be more like forum issues.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, see the video there, kind of could be nausea inducing.
It was, like you said, it was some rough water to learn on too.
It was and there he goes. Yeah,
Slow-mo.
That was trip number 1. But, I mean, seriously, in his defense, it was a rough day. The wind was blowing, and Lake Murray, when the boaters get out there, they churn it up like a bathtub with a 3-year-old in it.
Some of those boaters try to get you to fall down,
oh,
too.
Yeah. And I look at it as a challenge. I usually fail, but I do look at it as a challenge sometimes. Paddleboarding is a fun sport. And there he goes for number 2. And Miss Nikki just hangs on. We stumbled on this several years ago. We were down in St. Andrews State Park down in Florida. And we went up to the beach, and these 2 girls pull up, and they've got what I thought were surfboards on top of their car. And I thought, okay, you really can't surf much in the Gulf, but okay. And then we saw them out there on the paddle boards, and I thought, well, that looks like fun. So I ordered a couple that winter. And thankfully, Miss Terry likes it too, because that was a pretty hefty investment to me.
I love it.
Yeah, it is. It's fun. It's relaxing. You know, you can make it as hard a work as you want it to. I mean, I'll get out there and I'll see how fast I can get rolling. So it's a good workout.
And we've taken ours to the ocean too, and we were, what did we
That's
decide?
where we learned.
Yeah. We didn't know there was a nice calm little cove right around the corner, and we learned out there on the waves.
Yeah.
But we were about half mile from the shore. On our last trip out there, we had dolphins go underneath our paddle boards.
Oh, yeah.
That's so freaking cool. No dolphins in this video.
And we actually, while we were half mile offshore, we met a couple of teachers out there in the ocean.
Funny the people you meet.
Yeah, kind of weird. People you meet out there in the middle of the water. They were on paddle boards, and they had paddled down from about, I think, 2 miles upshore. So
They said every spring break they go out there, and then every day while they're there, they make a big paddleboard tour.
So yeah, it is fun. You can get inflatable paddle boards that, from what I understand, hold up very well, and they feel pretty darn solid.
I'm a little uncomfortable with inflatable if you're going to put them in the ocean, though, because if a shark chomps down on you... Oh, there's number 3.
Oh, number 3.
If a shark chomps down on your paddleboard thinking it's a seal, I would think that you would be better off having not inflatable. But on the lake, they'd be great.
What about an alligator?
There's no alligators in our lakes.
You don't know that.
There's not.
There could be.
It could be, okay.
Yeah, and you know the inflatables, kind of like our kayaks here. We stuff them in the basement, so you know they're easier to store. These boards we have right there, I believe they're 10'6" or 10'9", and you know I ordered them and they showed up, and when they showed up, it was.
What are we gonna do with them? You should insert a picture of one of them on the wall, showing what we finally had to do with them. We had to insert them as part of our interior decorations.
And they look good.
Yeah.
They add a certain ambiance to the place.
Yeah.
We strap them to the top of the SUBI when we're going. Number 4. We love you, Colin.
We do. We also love making fun of you.
What was I saying?
I don't know. There was a weird sound in the back of the camper. The dogs aren't in here, so I don't know what the weird sound was.
But
talking about inflatables. And
yeah, we put them on top of the SUBI and haul them that way. And whenever we're at a campsite, they usually get stuffed up underneath the coach. You know, it's 30 years of camping, glamping, whatever. 30 years of it, we've had one thing stolen from us. And
don't ever get a Budweiser cooler and set it out where people can see it.
Yeah.
Seems to draw the wrong crowd.
Yeah.
And there was no beer in it.
Yeah, because I don't drink beer. But we're not real concerned with them disappearing at a campground. You know, some people probably say that we should be concerned, but I mean, just
Well, the one
and
place
it's not like we leave them sitting out in the wide open. So.
And the one place we had something stolen, that wasn't your typical campground. It was a residential.
Yeah, there were more
RV park.
the residents, I think, outnumbered the tourists at that campground. I'm not even sure if that campground is even still there.
Kind of a rough looking.
Yeah. Yeah,
But it was
one
on the
we
beach.
probably wouldn't stay at nowadays,
Yeah.
but way back then you didn't have the internet to rely on looking up reviews. And number 5.
That was a good one.
That was good. That was good.
I'd give you an 8 on that, Colin.
We're out there. I've got a little Sony action cam that we use when we're out in the water, and I think it does a pretty good job.
Except for the water droplets in the middle of the screen.
Yeah. And I tell you what, after falling off your paddleboard that many times and crawling back up onto it, that, my friends, is a workout. Especially when you're in the ocean. I fell off probably twice as many times as what Colin is doing right here.
When we were learning.
And it was time for a sandwich when we got out of that water. I was just plain worn out.
Well, and I don't know about you, but with me, you can't see underneath you in the ocean, at least where we were. So there could be sharks in there looking at our dangling feet that suddenly appeared above them. So it was like, get back on the board quickly.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you caught on yet, but she's got this little thing about sharks.
I go out in the ocean, no problem, but I'm just careful. It's good to be careful. It's good. The dog's unconscious.
Yep. Yeah, I think you could safely say by then she was used to the water.
Yep.
We take the kayaks out when the water's cold. I mean, not that we fall off our boards much anymore. I mean, we've been doing it for a few years, and really the only time I fall off my board is when I'm trying to do one of those guy things.
It's true.
So, and I don't think I've seen Terry fall off in a long time, but
I don't do guy things.
yeah. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, all that happy hoo-ha. And we'll see you next time around.
Bye.